WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I'm in Sweden by Mackmyra Vinterglöd. So that's called the Vinterglöd. So the winter is with a V and the GL with the O with the umlaut on top of that, the two little dots, and the D means glow. And we have 46.1% ABV, and the master blender, Angela de Orezia, actually created this whiskey. Now over in Germany here we have something called Glühwein, mulled wine. We love it. During the winter months, especially up to Christmas, liters and gallons and truckloads of this are consumed at Christmas markets. And everyone goes out there and they just stand in the cold by minus some degrees and drink the Glühwein, that mulled wine, and they get merry and happy, and everyone just enjoys that. And after Christmas, the whole process just declines. Well, I'm sorry, the video is a little bit late this year. But what they did is actually they took their normal Swedish whiskey, they put it in PX sherry casks, 200 liters. They put it in mulled wine casks, 100 to 120 liters, first fill. And they put in some American oak, virgin as well as first fill. Each of those were a little bit smaller, the 128 liter barrels. And then what did they do? They combined it at 46.1%, 50 euros over here, so about $70, $65. Whiskey base number 118373. And this is really an interesting whiskey. Now what we have here is basically a finish or a maturation in a wine cask. Now the mulled wine is that cinnamon, is that nutmeg, is that very special Christmas moment. And I've never ever had a whiskey with that taste profile before. Now, before I try this, Mackmyra has two distilleries. The first distillery, called Mackmyra Bruk, B-R-U-K, was actually first opened up in, I forgot. Let me take a look at my nice little cheat sheets here. And I think it was 2002, if I remember correctly. Yay, I do. Has a capacity of 600,000 bottles a year. And then we have the second distillery, which was opened up in 2011, which is called the Mackmyra Gravity Distillery. Excellent distillery. Everything's come up to the top. It works its way down. You save it about 45% of the energy needed to actually produce a one bottle of whiskey. And the Swedes are, of course, very economical and very happy about sustainability and so on. But this is made still at the old distillery, Bruk, B-R-U-K, which I did not know. And so this is made on that one single pot still where they basically distill it twice in that one thing instead of having two separate in parallel. So let's take a look at this. Now the nose is particularly interesting because it's a mix of a few things. First of all, I do notice some type of dark raisins. Pedro Ximénez, PX. But I do notice that Christmas moment there as well, which are those mulled wine casks. And on top of that, what I'm getting more now that I didn't get in my German video, which I did earlier, is that virgin American oak. And that is really something that's special, that combination of these things together. And they really do work well together. It's a coherent, it's a harmony, it's nothing battling each other. Angela really has developed. I've tried a lot of about a dozen of the whiskeys from maybe a year or 2 years ago, and I really wasn't that happy with them. But now, 2018 editions, 2000 for me, 19 where I get to try them, they are actually have matured. They have grown. They have become whiskeys that you can actually recommend to your friends. The alcohol doesn't hit you in the face and hit you in the face again when you drink the second time, but rather it's smoother, it's more delicate, it's more of a symphony of aromas rather than a little bit of an off-tune type of thing. And this is what this is so weird and different. If you don't know mulled wine, you're thrown for a curve anyways. But if you've had that German Glühwein, if you had that German mulled wine, if you had the Swedish mulled wine, you know exactly what you have. And over here in Germany, sometimes you go to the market, the stand, you go up there and you say, 1 mulled wine, please. And then in German, he'll ask, mit Schuss. And mit Schuss means with an added amount of alcohol. It could be rum, it could be some type of vodka, or sometimes, if you're lucky, they can actually say, hey, we have some whiskey. And I've had a lot of mulled wines in my life with an extra little bit of whiskey added to it. What I've never had is this, my whiskey with a little bit of added mulled wine to it. And that's what I'm getting here, and I kind of like it. It really is growing on me, to be very, very honest. And the smell is unique and fresh and Christmassy, even though I'm no longer in the Christmas season. Let's try it. From the offset. So, oh, look, Christmas notes. Christmas spice. It's really, really nice. The alcohol supports everything. A little bit of the wood tannins are there, especially a little bit of that virgin oak. Just supports everything and just pushes it just a tiny little bit up. I recently had a Ben Riach 10-year-old virgin oak, and that Ben Riach is such a delicate spirit, and that virgin oak is such an intense moment, especially over 10 years in a Scotch instead of a bourbon. And that picture of that flavor is just there, and it just kind of, it's just a great job, Angela. I must commend you. That's really good, and many people like this, and I wasn't sure if I would like it or not, but I do, and so I'm going to give it a B-, maybe a B-. Now, the value for money, this is 49 euros over here in Germany. You can get it maybe a little bit cheaper, so we're running about $55, $60 for an excellent bottle of Swedish whiskey. I'm going to give this a solid C, almost a C+. I think this is something you should try. I think this is something you could buy a bottle of and say, hey, $50, $60, I don't know. If you don't like it, I'm sure you're going to find someone in your circle of friends who's going to go, wow, I've never known that. I'm amazed. I didn't know you could do whiskey like this. This is so special, so unique, and so different. And yet it's so good. All right, so enough of my praise here for the Mackmyra. As I said, B-, value for money, solid C. 1 is, of course, why haven't you bought it? 2, go buy it. 3, you can buy it. 4, you don't need to buy it. 5, why was it even made? All right, so my question of the day is, what do you personally think about Swedish whiskeys? Now, there's not that many out there. I've done quite a few videos, actually. I've done something from the Box Distillery, which is now called the High Coast. I've done Mackmyra, maybe about 6 or 7, maybe 8, by the way. What do you think? What do you think about Swedish whiskeys? Are they something you'd like to try? Are they something you say the world doesn't need? Or you say, hey, the more the merrier? All right, WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. I think Horst actually has done a video about this maybe a month or so ago. I said, who cares? I'm going to do my own video about it because I think this is something I would like to recommend and actually say, hey, well done, guys. So, thumbs up, subscribe, and tell others about this crazy American in Germany that publishes his videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays about rare and exotic whiskeys. Whiskeys you'll probably never ever see, probably you never ever heard about, and probably whiskeys you'll never have the chance to try or to taste. But that's my job over here in Germany. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.